She was in love with two men, but one of them was her long-lost brother, and she had no idea. In the heart of Enugu, beneath the warm glow of the Nigerian sun, lived Adaora Nkemdilim, a woman known for her beauty, brains, and an unshakable sense of purpose. At just 27, she ran a thriving boutique, sewing dreams for brides and queens, helping women wear confidence like a second skin. But what Adaora didn't know was that she was already stitching herself into the most dangerous fabric of her life. A fabric spun from secrets, lies, and blood. It started like most love stories. Simple, sweet, serene. One rainy morning, a charming young man walked into her boutique, shielding himself with a red umbrella. His name was Kenechukwu. Tall, confident, wearing a crisp white senator outfit that whispered wealth and breeding. He was the kind of man whose smile could make you forget your prayers. "Good morning, fine lady. I heard this is where angels sow." Adaora blushed. She didn't blush easily. They talked, laughed. He bought 3 dresses he didn't need, just to stay longer. By the 3rd visit, he asked her out. By the 3rd week, she was dreaming in his name. Then came Chibiz. Unlike Keen, he was quiet, mysterious. He showed up just before sunset, standing awkwardly outside her shop with hibiscus flowers clutched in his rough palms. "Please, I've been meaning to meet you," he said, voice soft but steady. "There's something about you I can't explain." Adaora laughed it off, but she felt it too. Where Keen was sunshine, Chibiz was twilight. And somehow, she found herself drawn to both. She told herself she was just confused, that one would fade with time. But neither did. Instead, things got strange. Chibiz knew things about her. Things she never told him. "You always dip your akara in zobo," he said once. She froze. That was her childhood habit. He'd hum songs her late father used to sing, though she never mentioned her father to him. Once, he even showed her an old proverb her mother used to say. "The python that leaves the forest for the village is not seeking food, but family." That night, Adaora tossed and turned in her bed. Her heart beat for 2 men, but her soul? It was confused, terrified. Then Mama Nkem, her mother, her anchor, called her one morning with unease in her voice. "NWAM, I had a dream. A vision. I saw you standing between 2 rivers, but one was blood." She insisted Adaora visit a prophetess in the outskirts of Nsukka. Adaora resisted. But one night, she woke up screaming after dreaming of herself dressed in white, marrying a man whose face kept changing. That morning, she packed a small bag and headed to the shrine. The prophetess's hut smelled of herbs and fire. Her face was marked with white chalk, and her eyes, they didn't blink. She stared into Adaora's palm and said in a trembling voice, "You are loved by 2, but one is of you. One is not a lover, but a brother. Blood. He wears a mask to test the truth. If your heart chooses wrong, it will bleed." Adaora gasped. Her voice failed her. A brother? She had no brother. Her only sibling, Chijioke, had gone missing during a family crisis 18 years ago. He would be a man now, but surely not one of them. Days passed. She tried to cut both men off. But love doesn't vanish. It fights back. Keen proposed a private engagement dinner with close family. "I want to make it official, Adaora. You're my forever." And even though her heart raced with anxiety, she said yes. She sent Chibiz a goodbye message, but he never responded. That night, under a white canopy decorated with fairy lights and hibiscus petals, Adaora waited with her mother and a few guests. Keen walked in, smiling. Adaora stood to welcome him, relieved, almost peaceful. But then, a voice spoke from the entrance. "Sorry I'm late." It was Chibiz, wearing a green senator outfit, calm as ever, holding a small envelope in his hand. Keen's smile dropped. Mama Nkem's hand gripped her chest. And Adaora? She stood frozen as Chibiz walked up to her and placed the envelope in her palm. You need to read this before you say yes to anyone tonight. His eyes glistened. His voice cracked. She opened the envelope slowly, and inside was a torn photo. A photo of 2 children. One was her. The other, the boy holding her hand. Adaora, it's me. It's Chijiok. She had fallen in love with her own brother. But why had he come back in disguise? What was he hiding? And was Keen really the man she thought he was? The photo slipped from her fingers like a ghost. There it was, torn at the edges, faded by time, but unmistakable. Her. And the boy she never forgot. Chijiok. Adaora stumbled backward. No, this is not possible. Her voice cracked, drowning in whispers from the stunned guests. Keen stepped forward. What the hell is this? He snapped. Is this some kind of joke? Chibuese. No. Chijiok looked straight at Adaora. I didn't come to ruin your life. I came to stop you from ruining it yourself. He's not who you think he is. Mama Nkem cried out, rushing to hold her long-lost son. The weight of 18 years collapsed in her bones.
Kiemeo.
My son, Chijiok. I thought you died in the flood. We searched everywhere. Tears, gasps, confusion. But Adaora couldn't move. She was drowning in a sea of shame. She had kissed him, held him, told him things sisters shouldn't say. Her heart raced, her soul screamed. But then Keen chuckled. Not kindly, not nervously, but coldly. Touching reunion, he said. But you're still standing in the way, brother. The crowd gasped. Chijiok turned. What do you mean? Keen's face shifted, like a mask sliding off. His smile faded into something cruel. You think you're the only one keeping secrets? He pulled out his phone, tapped a few buttons, and suddenly, photos began flashing on a nearby projector screen. Photos of Chijiok, watching Adaora from afar, entering her boutique before opening hours, leaning against her window at night. He's been stalking her for weeks, Keen said. I hired a PI after I felt something was off. And guess what I found? A stranger with no ID, no record, lying about his name. Adaora turned to her brother. Chijiok, is this true? Chijiok swallowed. I didn't know how to tell you who I was. I was trying to protect you from him. He pointed at Keen. He's not even his real name. His father was arrested for fraud. He's not Igbo, he's pretending to be. Mama Nkem collapsed into a chair. Enough. All of you, stop. There's something you both don't know. Something I've hidden for 27 years. Everyone went silent. She raised her eyes to Adaora, red, swollen with guilt. Chijiok is your half-brother. Your father had another child before he married me. We took him in after his mother died. But we never told you.
You were so young.
Then, during the riots, we lost him. Adaora screamed. Her knees buckled. Everything, every moment, shattered in her chest. Keen stepped forward again. I guess the perfect Adaora isn't so perfect after all. Chijiok lunged at him. Fists flew. Chairs crashed. Blood spilled. Later that night, silence blanketed the compound like a curse. Adaora sat alone, hugging herself in the moonlight. Chijiok had left. Keen was gone too, but not before whispering something chilling into her ear. You think this is over? You don't know what I came here for. And trust me, you're going to wish you never met either of us. Her hands trembled. Was he serious? Or just angry? And Chijiok, had he really been watching her? Just then, Mama Nkem came out, holding a small brown envelope. Your brother left this. He said to give it to you only when you were ready. Adaora took it, fingers numb. Inside were 2 things. A blood-stained letter, written in shaky handwriting, and a USB flash drive. The letter read, Adaora, if you're reading this, I've already gone into hiding. Keen is dangerous. More than you know. He's not here for love. He's here for revenge. What our father did to his family. He wants to finish what they started. Plug the USB. You'll see the truth. But be careful. He's watching. Adaora stared at the flash drive. Her breath shallow. Her mind spinning. Her entire world. Her heart. Her family. Her past. Was it all a lie? And now she had to make a choice. Press play and risk everything. Or walk away and live in fear forever. She stood, slowly walked to her laptop, inserted the drive. The screen blinked, loaded a single video file, and began to play. My name is not Kenechukwu. This is what your father did to us. To be continued. Part 3 coming soon. The truth is darker than she ever imagined. A past buried in blood. A family torn by vengeance. And a man who will stop at nothing to destroy what's left of her.